Good morning. My name is Michael R. Roser, and I am co-founder of Strategic Life Coaching, LLC. I would love for you to come visit us at abundantlifeslc.com for this video and other blogs and suggestions on how to live a more abundant life. Today, this is really quite an epiphany for me because sometimes you hear or read things on this journey of life that really have an impactful change on you and immediately. And one day I was on my way to my morning AA meeting, and the co-chair on a certain day we read out of Grapevine, which is a publication of AA. And he picked out a article in there called Puzzled. And it was written by a young gal from New York, and was talking about how she just couldn't understand how she was trying to change and trying not to do the same things, but somehow this mental blind spot in her head, she kept going back to the same behaviors and the same actions, thereby getting the same result. And it puzzled her because she had a very strong desire and will to change. And as that was being read, I stopped and I thought, I think it's more to that. Like, she was writing it in terms of like being puzzled was a state of mind, which it can be, and it is in certain instances. But to me, it folded out into the greater good, and this concept of life itself being a puzzle started to flow into me in a very strong manner. And it seemed like, God, as I understand God, just was saying to me, you're going to learn something from this, and keep listening, first of all, and then reflect upon it later. And what I started to understand was that the reason that my life had not been going very well was I was not doing anything with this puzzle called life. And each day I was given a tiny little puzzle piece, and I wasn't doing anything with those. Good, bad, or indifferent, they were simply sitting in a gigantic pile in front of me on my living room floor. And it occurred to me very painfully that I didn't want to put that puzzle together because I didn't want to see what it was going to turn into, because I was very certain that that puzzle was going to be just a really, really bad picture because of the guilt and sometimes even the shame that I had about my life and my previous decisions and actions that I had taken, and the lives that I had really traumatized as a result of not only my drinking, but also being selfish and self-centered. So with the help of some very spiritual people, they began to put that puzzle together for me. And I was complaining, believe me, as they were putting my puzzle together. I didn't want them to, and I wasn't going to join in, and I wasn't going to help them at all. But they kept putting it together, and occasionally they'd say, wow, I didn't know you were a college Hall of Fame basketball player. Oh, I didn't know that you had run a successful business for 34 years. And ooh, that looks kind of bad. You had a SWAT team surround your house. Ooh, boy, you're divorced, and so on. But that process of looking at my life exactly how it existed at the time was very cathartic to me. And I was afraid of something that was more fancied than it was real. And so as that puzzle started to be put together, and as I started to see it in balance, I started to like enjoy that picture, and I could see very clearly the spots in that picture, like being overweight, having high cholesterol and high blood pressure, that there were things that I could change and do something about in order perhaps to make that picture going forward look better. And what I found over the last 782 days is that picture has changed, and it is a lot better than it used to be. And each day I get a puzzle piece and I put it where it's supposed to go. If nothing more, then now it's organized, and now I again can see if it's heading in a direction I don't want it to go, and I can change that. I can move it, and I can have some impact on, by the way I think and the way I act and the way I feel, to perhaps change the colors, to change where it's headed. And what's most important to me is I have a new partner in this process called God. And again, look at my videos, please. I'm not throwing any religion on any of you. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about taking good practices, good theories, good self-help books, good things that are out there in the universe, and applying them to my life to make my life more abundant and make the people around me that I truly care for, make their lives more abundant. What can I bring to life today instead of take away from it? So put that puzzle together. It's hard, it takes some courage, but when you find out exactly where your life is at, then you can make some changes on how it might be in the future. Good luck in this journey, and please again visit us at abundantlifeslc.com. Bye now.